Wow. It's a free range drummer.
So let me just start.
Okay.
It'll be green.
On the side. On the side. Yep, there we go.
Let me start. Pastor Brent knows you just don't give the drummer a microphone and not invite his wife up, so I will let him start.
And I was going to say the exact opposite. Because this was actually really hard because we're giving a testimony on something that happened to both of us over the past year, but different perspectives. So, and very different personalities. Brent asked, and he right away said yes. I said, we'll think about it. And then as we got closer to the Sunday, it was, Matt, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? We haven't written anything up. I'm not going up there without a plan. He's like, we'll just talk about what happened this last year. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way for me. So this was actually kind of hard for us to figure out what we were going to get up here and talk about.
Yeah, I figured. So, a little background for this morning. I played this morning. She finalized our notes. She sent it to me while we were practicing, and I was in the cage. And to be honest, you got to do that here. I haven't had a chance to see. We worked on it together, but I haven't had a chance to see how you put it together. So you tell me where we go. Do you go first, or do I go first? All right. So, we did participate in a 4-week course with a few of you here in the church on Robert Morris's book, The Blessed Life.
Oh,
and
yes.
It's basically a book about giving. So Chris and I we were kind of needing more direction after we got done with that. And we kind of were asking God how to manage our finances and things like that. For those of you that aren't familiar with the book, he talks about the joy of giving and being financially faithful through tithing, through your first fruits of gifting, and that's important that it's your first fruits and not afterthoughts. We kind of already started to focus on our debt, but gifting was kind of on our hearts as well. So we set an appointment up with Pastor Brent, and we discussed our commitment to eliminating our debt, but also feeling that God laid it on our hearts to give. So we left that conversation deciding to be obedient, not only with our debt, but also with our giving. Following that conversation, we felt good about our decision. We thought it was going to be easy to follow what God was telling us to give. And then it was around March or so, or maybe a little before that, pandemic hit, of course, and everything became uncertain. And because of this, we switched to saving, but we still remain faithful to our giving. Finances for us has been a way for us to be obedient to God, and knowing that all of it isn't for just us to work on. Those mean it's for you.
Yeah. So part of being obedient and learning through this is that God wasn't just playing the role of coach for us, but that he wanted to be a teammate with us. And it's been difficult in uncertain times with a financial goal in mind and not trying to maintain full control or making sure that everything happens according to our plans and our timing. And on top of that, I'm a numbers person and a planner. So I've played the role of budgeting in our marriage, and I'm looking for every number to be in the right place and everything to add up correctly. But what I've learned is that God also has his own math, and it's not new math. So as we've gone through this, we've also learned to trust God and grow with him as we walk through these steps. We've also received some prophetic words to remind us that we don't have to do this ourselves. And for Matt specifically, that this hasn't solely been on him to fix. He's worked above and beyond this year to see things change for the family. And during the season, we did have points where we did start to argue more. And as tough as finances can be in a marriage, we're also a blended family. And that timely word reminded us that our finances aren't all on us to fix, and they aren't all on him to fix. And it doesn't mean he has to work more and more hours, and but that God really has a partnership in this with us. And God has united us in how we handle money, and we've been able to give more this year than last year. And we have a God that put that giving on our hearts, and he wants to be a part of it.
So I'll even read this last paragraph and you draw more. Okay, so kind of a wrap up. We've paid off almost half of our debt this last year. And we probably could have done more. We probably could have done it faster, but we felt God had a different plan for us. And we're still seeing it being wiped away. We're still working on it. Carissa even experienced a vision during worship one Sunday of our debt book and everything on there being erased with a big eraser. And a blank page is left to write a testament. The trust in God that we've gained, I feel, has brought less worry into our lives. God shows up when we need him, whether it's for finances, family, jobs, health, all aspects of our lives. We're thankful for the growing that God has allowed to happen in our lives as well in this last year. One of the other prophetic words we received had to do with legacy. And I guess to sum it up, we really feel that it's important for us as parents to lead with a godly example for our kids, for them to follow. And passing these valuable lessons down, we've learned we're most certainly enriched in their lives, or enrich their lives, and hopefully for the next generations to come.
Amen.